What's up, family? I want to talk to you guys about the biggest difference financially between where I was 10 years ago and where I am now. Uh, Thanks for watching this video. If it brings you value, go on and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And so what I've seen, if you guys don't know me, in the last 10 years, I have built a coaching organization, have that led me to get into investing in real estate. That led me to get into investing in general. And now there's just like lots of different things that we do. And 10 years ago, I would say one of the biggest mistakes people make is they just don't know. And what I mean by they just don't know is much of doing well financially is about time allocation. I'll tell you a story. So a couple of years ago, I was talking to my cousin and I was trying to explain to him that he should really look at the business model that I was in. Now, my cousin and my family, he is like the creme de la creme to me. He was probably the first, not probably, he was the first to like graduate from college. He was the first to buy a house. He was the first to buy a second house. Like he, C-level executive in a really impressive company back in Atlanta. And I think most people would say he was doing very well for himself. He is doing very well for himself. Then what's the problem? Well, in about maybe 6 years' time, I started earning in a month what he was earning annually. And so I remember when I told him that, he said, "Cousin, what the hell?" And I said, "Here's the crazy thing, man. You're way more talented than me. You have way more skills than me. You're way smarter than me. You even look better than me. Everything about you is more impressive than what I got." And he says, "Then what the hell?" And I said, "You haven't figured out how to leverage your time. You are still working like most people are trained to work." See, how you start expanding income is time allocation. And when I was working for Johnson & Johnson 10 years ago, I can never expand a system. All earning more income is just figuring out ways to help more people and to bring value to more people and then to continue to expand that model. I don't care what that is. It's always going to be the same. And the only way it really works is if you have ownership. See, my cousin's doing very well for himself, but he doesn't own anything. He does very well for himself, what the world would think, but he doesn't have the time allocation and he doesn't have the leverage. Now, he oversees a team at his job, the umbrella that he works in. So that's cool. And because he oversees a team, he brings more value. He's helping more people, which is why he gets paid more than the people that work for him. The problem is there's still going to be a cap. And the only way he's ever going to earn more is he's going to have to work more. It's very hard to expand a non-existent system, which is he's in. The only difference is, for me, not that smart. I graduated with a 2.2 GPA. I accidentally got into business. It wasn't something that I even wanted at the time. And because I've just been able to figure out how to multiply a system, which has allowed me to help more people, which has allowed me to become more valuable, which has allowed me to pick up more skill sets. And the more people that we're able to serve, the more partners that we're able to bring on allows us to touch more people and expands a system. And because at the beginning, I was willing to not make the big money, right? To have delayed gratification to at the back end make the big money because we've now have created a system and a structure. So 10 years ago, I couldn't do that. I could show up every day. I worked just as hard 10 years ago. Actually, I work less now. I work less and not as hard than I did 10 years ago, even though I earn probably 10 times less, maybe even more than that, right? And so here's the biggest difference between folks that earn these different incomes. It is leverage, it's time allocation, and it's a vehicle. What I told my cousin was that he was super bright, is super bright, and because he's super bright, he's been able to grow to a C-level executive. And his vehicle looks good on the outside, but it's going nowhere. So I said, your vehicle, let's just call it a Prius. I said, I'm not that smart, but what I am good at is expanding the system. And what I am good at is relationships with people. What I am good at is finding out how I can be more valuable to more people. And because I've gotten good with that, I've been able to expand value. And anytime you expand value, you expand income. And so he got into a vehicle that's a Prius, and I luckily got into a vehicle that's a Maserati. So even though I'm not talented, no more talented than he is, my vehicle is better, meaning my market is better, meaning the business model is better. So if you would put me into his vehicle right now, even as bright as I am, I'm still going to be limited to only earning a certain amount, because that vehicle is a terrible vehicle. Now, for most of the world, it's an okay vehicle. But for people that want to do really, really, really well, it's a shitty vehicle, right? So many people are really gifted just in the wrong vehicle. What I would encourage you to do is find the vehicles that's not going to limit you, because if you're going to spend 10 years somewhere, then you should spend 10 years somewhere that is going to be like a rocket ship and not be like a Pinto. So I hope that this helps you. I hope this brings value to you. If it does, like and subscribe to this video. You know, I've just realized how many people are not doing well financially. And for anyone that wants to do better financially, I've realized that I really want to try to bring value to those people. So I'll see you next time.